guys, this is me, Ethan Henning, and before we start this video, I want you to answer this question. Have you ever been to the hospital? To me, I have. Want to know why? So there was this time when I got something and I spilled it, and then I had chicken pox all over me. I had to go in an ambulance. Oh, it's not very good. Have you guys ever been in an ambulance before? Because I have. This is Story Time, episode 5. I remember where we left off. "32 and 33. "Stop," thundered the ghost. "Not so fast, old man. This chest is heavier than all the treasure in the world. All my miserable deeds are locked in there, enchained to me forever. I can never be free." The ghost shook his chains fiercely, then continued, "I come to warn you, Scrooge. Change your ways or you are doomed." Marley raised his hand and Scrooge's knees began knocking together. The ghost was not finished. "You will be visited this night by 3 spirits," he said. "Do not send them away. Listen to them well, for only they could save you now." In an instant Marley was gone, and only the faint clink-clank of chains could be heard. Scrooge stood for a moment in a daze. Then he quickly pulled on his nightshirt and cap, hopped into bed, and pulled the covers right up to his nose. He wondered if it had been a dream, and was almost asleep when a dark shadow appeared on the wall. He had another visitor. Out of the shadow stepped a little figure with a top hat on his head and an umbrella under his arm. "The hour has come, Mr. Scrooge," he called. "Hurry, there is not a moment to lose." But who are you?" croaked Ebenezer. "I am the ghost of Christmas past," the figure replied. "Do as I say." "A midget," snickered Scrooge. "Go away. You do not frighten me." "Silence," ordered the spirit. "If men were measured by their kindness, you would be smaller than a grain of sand." "Catch hold of my coattails," commanded the spirit, "for we are going back to a time when Christmas was not humbug." Scrooge hesitated, but remembering Marley's terrible warning, he grasped the spirit and held on tightly. The window flew open, and instantly Scrooge and the spirit of Christmas past soared over rooftops and chimneys. The spirit's red umbrella keeping them afloat, Scrooge's nightshirt fluttered in the chilly breeze. They came to a stop outside a brightly lit house. Peering through the window, Scrooge couldn't believe his eyes. "Why, it's Isabella!" he cried, remembering silently the girl he'd once loved. "But who is that she's dancing with so merrily?" "That man was you, Scrooge," whispered the spirit. "In the days when you two were kind and cheerful." They gazed through the window a moment longer. Then the spirit whisked Scrooge away to another scene. The Scrooge of many years ago sat behind his desk laden with money. His fiancée had turned her back in disbelief. "Isn't that my office?" said Scrooge to the spirit. "Why is Isabella crying?" The spirit gave Scrooge a withering look, and suddenly Scrooge remembered. He had foreclosed on her cottage and lost Isabella forever. The spirit turned from the window. "Your greed drove her away, Ebenezer. You were too merry, but you loved only money." No, moaned Scrooge. "Isabella, I wanted us to be happy, to be rich." "You left her with nothing," accused the spirit. "Oh, please, spirit," groaned Scrooge. "I cannot bear these memories. Take me home." You fashioned these memories yourself, Scrooge," the spirit said sternly. Suddenly Scrooge found himself once more in his bed. "The couldn't have happened, he thought. I couldn't have flown through the air. That was just a bad dream. Then he thought of Isabella and how his love of money had ruined his chance for happiness with the girl he had loved. Only the lonely tick-tock of the clock could be heard. Scrooge was sobbing into his pillow when he felt a heavy hand on his shoulder. "I'm the ghost of Christmas present," boomed a fierce-looking giant. "Oh, please," cried Scrooge, "spare me." The giant picked up Scrooge by his nightshirt and scanned him very closely. "Ha ha," he chortled. "So this is the rogue who swindled ladies? See if your money will help you now." "No, don't hurt me, please. Have mercy. Take my treasure. You can have it all." "Keep your treasure, Scrooge. It is of no use to me," the giant spirit replied. "Money cannot buy happiness, and only my generosity can save you now. Have a grape. Why don't you?" With that, the spirit took an enormous bunch of grapes from his pocket and dropped Scrooge onto it, none too gently. Slipping and sliding, Scrooge called out for help, but the spirit just laughed. "I have the power to give you life, but what have you ever given? Let us take a look." So guys, we're going to leave off on 54 and 55, okay? That's the end of my Storytime episode 5. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll do more story times with Mickey's Christmas Carol. We're almost done with it. Let me check how many pages there are. So we left off on 54 and 55. And there are... Okay, so on 54 and 55, and there are 95 pages to Mickey's Christmas Carol. Peace out.